Have you ever been frustrated by unexpected behavior in your code? If you're using allModifier and running into issues with header fields, you're definitely not alone. Today we're diving into a common problem: why all header fields might not be behaving as you expect. I totally get it. You expect your code to work seamlessly, but sometimes it feels like it's playing tricks on you. This issue with header fields can be particularly perplexing, especially when the server's response headers are capitalized differently than you anticipated. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. One user reached out with a question about using allModifier for API calls. They noticed that depending on the server, the response headers could be capitalized differently. They shared their code and asked, "Am I missing something? Let's explore this together." So what's going on here? According to the documentation, HTTP headers are case insensitive. However, the way allModifier handles these headers can lead to some confusion, especially when you're trying to access them with different cases. And stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to troubleshoot this issue effectively, plus a handy tip to avoid similar problems in the future. To address the user's issue with accessing header fields in allModifier, we first need to understand how the allHeaderFields dictionary works. The user should remember that while HTTP headers are case insensitive, the keys in the dictionary are preserved as received from the server. Next, the user should check how they are accessing the header fields. In the provided code, the user is trying to access the access token header using different case variations. However, they should ensure that they are using the exact key as it appears in the response. The user can also print all the keys in the allHeaderFields dictionary to see how they are formatted. This will help identify the correct casing to use when accessing specific headers. Finally, if the user finds that the header is still not accessible, they should consider checking the server response to ensure that the header is indeed being sent. Sometimes, headers may not be included in the response due to server configuration. Fun fact, did you know that HTTP headers have been around since the early days of the web? They help browsers and servers communicate efficiently, but they can also be a source of confusion if not handled properly. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user points out that the issue isn't with allModifier, but rather a known bug in Swift that emerged in version 3. This bug affects how headers are transformed into a dictionary, and it has been unresolved since 2016. They express frustration that this problem violates HTTP specifications and has been marked as medium priority, suggesting a lack of urgency in addressing it. Additionally, the user references a workaround created by Stephen Gurnett, which may help mitigate the issue. They provide links to both the workaround and the bug report for further exploration. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. An alternative solution suggests using the method HTTP URL response to value for HTTP header field instead of all header fields for case-insensitive lookups. This approach allows you to retrieve header values without worrying about the case of the keys. Now, let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution provided by another user involves creating an extension for HTTP URL response. This extension allows you to retrieve header values in a case-insensitive manner by using NS Dictionary, which preserves the original case of the headers. The user notes that this case-insensitive feature works well with direct access to the headers, but fails when using optional types. Therefore, accessing headers directly as NS Dictionary is recommended for consistent results. Here's a pro tip. Always document the headers you use in your API calls. This way, you can easily reference them later and avoid case sensitivity issues. And there you have it. With these tips, you should be able to troubleshoot your header field issues effectively. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more coding tips and tricks. Remember, coding is a journey, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn.